So I just pulled up to the gym a little bit early before my 10 o'clock session, and I was listening to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and they have counselor Yanetta Spring on Tuesdays. I love listening to her. And they were having a conversation that prompted this thought that I want to share with y'all. We like to throw around this whole I'm breaking generational curses, right? Like that's the new hot thing to put in your Instagram post. But a lot of y'all are unable to break generational curses because you're unwilling to unlearn a lot of shit. And the counselor was talking about that they're finding that a lot of black people, people of color who are in counseling for unlearning behaviors. And this really hit me because there was so much shit that I've had to unlearn and so many things that I'm still unlearning. Case in point, I grew up in an environment where when somebody does something wrong, you cuss them the fuck out and you get applauded for it. So I began my college career, early 20s, just cussing folks out because that was all I knew. Until somebody poured in me and was like, that is not an acceptable way of communicating. Some other shit that I had to unlearn coming from my mama. My mama was upset and mad every day of her life. Every day she raised her voice. Every day she had an attitude. It took me getting to be about 27, 28, 30 years old to realize that anger and upset is not an emotion you are supposed to feel on a daily basis. I cannot tell y'all the last time I've raised my voice. I can't even give you many a situation that would even move me to raise my voice at this point in my journey. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but if you black and you was raised in this country, 9 times out of 10, about 60% of the shit you probably learned growing up is fucking wrong. Our core beliefs, our way of being, all that shit is handed to us, all right? From the time you come out of the womb, somebody tells you what your religion is going to be, what you going to eat, how you going to dress, how you going to talk. And think about it. If the people, and especially those of us that don't come from the most outstanding of pedigrees, we come from people with very humble beginnings. We come from people who struggle, who don't have high levels of education. Not knocking grandma and papa and them, because they probably were doing the best they can with what they had. But now that we are in the information generation and y'all ass got access to social media and Instagram and computers and more education and more jobs, it's time for you to unlearn this shit. Some of that shit, that the way grandma was raising us back then, yeah, some pieces of that shit was good, but we need to chew out, what they say, chew the meat and spit out the bone. We need to learn to start rejecting the parts that are not serving us. Beating the shit out your kids, yelling at your damn kids. Whatever your toxic traits are. It ain't just about kids and rearing children. It's just about unlearning shit. Something else I had to unlearn. My daddy said to me all my life, save your money, save your money, save your money. My father, God rest his soul, never once in his life said invest your money. Granted, he didn't know no better. You know, he grew up in rural Mississippi. All he knew was to get a good job, get a good county job, save your money and provide for your family. One of the keys to building wealth is investing. That's some shit I had to learn. My mama taught me bad credit card habits. I'll never forget, I was in college, freshman year. She called, hey baby, what you doing? I'm headed to the post office to get a money order for my credit card bill. I didn't know you had a credit card bill. How much is your credit card bill? I said $150. She said, how much is your money order? I said $150. She said, why you giving them people all that money? Only give them $25. Taught me poor financial literacy at 18 years old because she didn't know any better. That's some shit I had to unlearn. I had to unlearn. You don't run your bills to the final payment notice and you 2 days about to get cut off. Keep it current. For the first damn 10, 15 years out of my life, every damn bill I had was 2 days away from being cut off. Because I was like, shit, I don't have to pay it till I get a final notice. They give me 2 months to pay it. I had to unlearn that shit. I had to unlearn that you sleep better when your shit current. Because you might fall on hard times and need that 60-day grace period. And it's just shit I had to unlearn. The way we eat, I had to unlearn that shit. Bitch, I like neck bones and collard greens and hog maws and macaroni and cheese and all the rest of that shit is killing us. I had to unlearn that shit. Don't get me wrong, I still indulge. But my palate is a bit more refined with a shit that's a bit more healthy. Exercising, this is some new shit for me. I'm at the gym right now, I got a fucking attitude. I can sit in this car and talk to y'all all goddamn day long because I got 5 more minutes and don't want to go in this motherfucker. But it's necessary. Not just to have a strong body, but to have a strong mind. And if I'm going to Tootsie Roll and drink and eat at Houston's 9 times a week, then bitch, you need to work out. I had to unlearn that shit. I had to unlearn how being a bad friend. Folks telling me stuff and I'm running back telling their business. I had to unlearn that shit. I had to unlearn not letting people love on me. Because my mama and daddy were not affectionate people, so affection was uncomfortable for me. I told y'all the story. I cussed a boyfriend out because he bought me flowers when I graduated real estate school. Because it made me so uncomfortable. I didn't know how to deal with it. For years, I would not celebrate my birthday or let people take me out to dinner or let people do a birthday celebration for me because it made me uncomfortable. Because I never had it. I had to unlearn that shit. A friend said to me, Q, let people love on you. How fucked up that is. So unaccustomed to love that when you feel it, it makes you feel uncomfortable. And this just my fucked up shit that I'm still sorting out through therapy. The last thing I'm going to leave you with. Here's the proof that you need to unlearn some shit. Because you unhappy. If you broke, you need to unlearn some shit. If you in a miserable marriage, you need to unlearn some shit. If you in career unhappiness, you need to unlearn some shit. Because it's something that your ass learned that's keeping you in that position. Oh, hold on to your man. Don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie just a man and he doing all he can. Fuck that. That's the worst piece of advice Betty Wright could have ever gave anybody. God bless her. So fuck Mr. Charlie. And Barbara and Shirley. Fuck all of them. Oh, you got a good job with them good, but we ain't fucking slaves no more. We not in the Jim Crow South no more where you got to be lucky and blessed to have any old piece of job. Go get you a job that make you happy. Go get you a job that make you happy. Downgrade. Take your kids out of soccer practice. They ask to be all right. Go get you some unhappiness. Unlearn that shit that you got to be unhappy in order to provide. No, you don't. Unlearn teaching our kids not to pursue their passion because you grew up operating from a place of lack, because you grew up poor. So your only focus is having money, but you fucking miserable. Then you bringing that shit home to everybody in your life, cussing at your kids and snapping at your significant other because you miserable. Because somebody taught you you got a good job with benefits. What good is it if it's killing you? Y'all ain't ready for this conversation. Let me get off this thing because now I don't work my own self up. And I'm liable to go ahead and cuss this trainer ass out just for being white. And white ain't even got nothing to do with it. Bye.